If you wouldn't go off trekking through a deep, dark cave system without a torch and some other tools to help guide your journey, then I suggest you follow the same premise and do some groundwork and preparation before you start your shadow work journey. In this video, I am going to be sharing hints, tips, and other guidance that I have gathered from my own shadow work journey and supporting other people through theirs that will hopefully make your process a little smoother. This video is for those who want to be ready, for those who want to do the groundwork and preparation before they start their shadow work journey, because they want to have an easier transition into shadow work, have a toolkit in place to help when challenging emotions and triggers arise, but also to help increase your chance of success and a smooth integration with each shadow aspect. Following the steps that I am going to outline for you should help that process. The first step of shadow work is groundwork, is your preparation. Do you have to do preparation and groundwork before you start your shadow work journey? No, you don't. You might be the kind of person that just jumps in head first. And sometimes we feel called that we have to start right now. A lot of people feel like they need to do shadow work right now because it's Scorpio season when I'm recording this. So that makes sense. The planets and the alignment of the stars is calling that forward in you to do some healing work and do some shadow work. That's what happens every Scorpio season. But I jumped in head first. And it was a bit tricky. Retrospectively, I would do it differently, and I guide others to do it differently. I guide others to have a toolkit in place, to have things that they know help them regulate their feelings and their moods, to make sure they've got support people in place, because I learned the hard way. So I'm urging you to do your groundwork first and not learn the hard way like I did, and perhaps use my learnings as a guidance for your shadow work journey going forward. There are several things that you need to have in place before you start your shadow work journey, especially if you want it to go smoothly and you want to have more chance of success in integration and it going well for you. Number one is radical self-responsibility and acceptance. Now, a lot of the journey helps you get to that place, helps you get to a place especially of self-acceptance. But what you do need to have when you start your shadow work journey is a sense of what you can and cannot handle on your own. There may come a point in your shadow work journey where something comes up for your attention, for your healing, that is a little more than you can manage on your own, that is a little bit beyond the capabilities that you've got or the toolkit that you've got set up. And you may need to go and seek out a professional qualified therapist. Therapy is still shadow work, and there are plenty of therapists who are specifically trauma informed. Number two, the rest of your toolkit is going to comprise of things that help you regulate. So you need to have the ability to be able to regulate yourself. These can be things like yoga, breathwork, meditation, walks in nature, grounding. If you have a pre-saved list of frequency sounds, meditation tracks, breathwork guidance videos, then you've got to go to immediately if you start feeling overwhelmed and you cannot manage your emotions and you need to self-regulate. My go-tos are breathwork. Immediately, I have several different breathwork techniques that I use that help regulate my system very quickly. And I also have some pre-saved meditations. Another key aspect is creating your own sense of safety. And yes, that can be that if you are going to journal, you know that no one's going to read that journal. You know that that journal's safe and secure, and therefore you can write whatever you need to in it. You might want a nice, safe little nest that you can go to. You might want to explain to people that this is your time when you're going to be doing journaling, whatever it is, and that you want privacy and you want to be left alone. I know that I, in particular, want a cozy space. I want candles, blankets, and I quite like doing shadow work in the dark. That's my personality. I'm quite comfortable in the darkness, but I do like to be cozy. So create your own sense of safety. You want to feel safe in your environment. You want to feel safe in exploring deeply without being interrupted or, other people's energy coming in when you're trying to maintain your space. Set the scene so that you're feeling really in the mood, and when you turn on that particular music and you have those particular candles, and maybe even go as far as using some particular incense, that you're really setting the mood and the scene for yourself, that this is shadow work time and that is what you're doing right now. Whatever it is, make sure that it makes you feel safe. The next really important factor in shadow work is your mindset. You're going to be going into some depth with parts of yourself that are in your shadow, that you banished to your shadow because they were not socially acceptable. They made you feel like people weren't going to love you or want you, and other people, society, some way, somehow told you that those aspects of your personality were not liked. So, when dealing with those aspects, as I've mentioned in previous videos, when they first start coming into light, they can be a little bit challenging. They can be a bit difficult, and they're not refined, they're not eloquent. So be prepared for that. And the best way to be prepared for what you might face is to have an open mind, to have a mindset and an attitude of curiosity, not judgment. Judgment is going to create more blockages and make it even harder for you to get to work with those aspects that you've already banished. An open mindset of curiosity and practicing a non-judgmental stance will ease your process. The more you practice it, the easier it is, and you will eventually get to a place where you're pretty non-judgmental about everything. Obviously, there are things that we're judgmental about. I'm not talking about harming people here, but I'm talking about being judgmental to your inner child because you really liked circus skills and you wanted to become an acrobat or a juggler, and other people mocked you for it and were cruel about it. When that aspect of you comes forward, have curiosity and an open mind rather than judgment that circus skills are stupid because society told you that they were. No man is an island, or certainly shouldn't be. And as a consequence of that, you need a nice, reliable support network. Now more than ever, we all do, we all need support. We all need people that we can lean on. So know who those people are going to be. Tell those people that you're going to be starting a shadow work journey, that you want to feel healthier and happier, and you're going to start working with yourself on finding out who you are and learning to love yourself, because anybody who loves you wants you to be healthy and happy and will do what they can to support you. Turn to them and lean on them when you need to, and tell them how it's going and how it's making you feel. One of the really helpful tools in shadow work is a journal. Now, loads of people journal and loads of people find the benefits of journaling, but a shadow work journal is completely different to your regular journaling. So I have a dedicated shadow work journal, and I feel like that really helps give me the sense that this is a working book. Maybe a venting book, but it's a book that needs to be written well because you refer back to it. That's one of the key learnings in shadow work journaling, is that you are able to refer back and then you start learning, you start noticing patterns. But I will talk about that in another video. Have a list of things that you know that you can turn to, that you know you can pull out in moments when you are feeling challenged or overwhelmed, and have have everything in place before you start is my recommendation, because it's a lot easier than starting and then retrospectively trying to get everything in place, because actually it's a bit trickier than you thought it was going to be. Now you've got your toolkit. The next thing, and this often surprises people as well, the next thing is in reconnection with your body, with your vessel. One of the best ways to do that is in grounding. Grounding helps neutralize any stagnated energy and helps you be much more present with the process. I recommend doing a grounding exercise before you start your shadow work. It allows you to drop more into the body rather than be up in the head. A lot of your wisdom is stored in your body, and a lot of your pain and sadness is stored in the body. So reconnecting with the body and being aware of what the body is saying to you and having clear communication with it is really fundamental to how well integration is going to go for you. Now, you might think, actually, I'm really connected with my body. And if you are, and you're regularly practicing exercise and meditation, and you are regularly in communication with your own vessel, then that's fantastic. And I'm really happy for you. But I know that when I started my shadow work journey, I thought that I was. I was a bit of a know-it-all before the shadow kicked my ass into gear. And I really thought that I was quite connected and really had a clear understanding of my body. I didn't. I was suffering with chronic pain. And chronic pain is one of the methods that your body will use when you are not listening to it. Because the body and the higher self will go to any lengths to communicate with you, especially when something is not for you and not working for you. Or if you are carrying unresolved trauma and wounds that need to be healed and released. So if you're not connected with your body and you're looking for tips on how to go about that, number one, breathwork. Probably everything with me is going to be breathwork, because honestly, breathwork changed my life. It's profound how learning to breathe properly and to regulate your nervous system will allow you to be much more in the body, much more present, calmer, more aware, more connected. Number two is some sort of body movement. Now, of course, I'm going to say yoga. I'm a woohoo girly. We love yoga. We love yoga because it is, number one, about breath work, number two, about being very present with the body, and number three, it's also quite spiritual. You're doing different movements that allow you to feel more present in your body, but also more connected to higher consciousness. But most people can find some sort of bodily movement that will help them to reconnect with the body. Now, there is no point in going and taking a stroppy walk down the street, listening to a podcast or some angry music. That is not, it might help regulate your mood, but it is not going to help you reconnect with the body. If you're going to use movement to help reconnect with the body, there's going to be an absolute plethora of expert guided videos that you will be able to find on how to reconnect with your body. Somatic workshops, yoga workshops that you can follow. The most important thing about whatever you choose is that you are doing it with presence. That you are filtering out all the other chaff and nonsense that's coming into your head, and you are paying attention to what your body is saying. You are paying attention to what you physically feel in your body. One of the other fantastic ways to help you ground is to go and take a walk in nature. And if you're brave enough, go barefoot for a little while. Hug a tree. Yes, I am a professed tree hugger. Hugging a tree is incredible for your nervous system, and they actually did studies on it, and they found that people that hug a tree for more than 6 seconds will actually start to have a more regulated nervous system. I will pop the reference for that in the comments, and you can also find a much more lengthy discussion about that on my website at ascensionroots.com, which I will also pop in the comments. Look at the leaves. Pay attention to the sounds around you. Pay attention to the colours around you. Really, really get focused on your environment and quiet, and then start noticing how that makes your body feel. How does it make your body feel when you go barefoot on the ground? How does it make your body feel when you hug a tree? If you don't feel different after hugging a tree, I'd be very surprised. So if you can get over the embarrassment of looking a little bit silly, all of these things help reconnect you with yourself. Why is reconnecting with your body so important to shadow work? Your physical vessel is your barometer of your external environment and your internal environment. It is our most useful tool for experiencing the world around us. Without your vessel, you're kind of not really going to be able to be here. So, not in the same capacity anyway. So, connecting in with that vessel is going to teach you to pay more attention to how you experience the world around you, to pay more attention to your inner world. Your vessel teaches you what things feel like, right? If you're not paying attention to something that is causing you real long-term damage and harm, you will start experiencing pain in your physical vessel. That pain is a communication tool because you're not listening. If you want to eradicate pain within your body, start listening to what your body is saying. Until you get quiet and you pay attention to your body, it's really hard to hear your own true internal voice, because we have so much noise in our lives. We have so many opinions coming at us in such a barrage. How are you supposed to know what is your true internal voice and what is not? When you're connected with your physical vessel, you know what feels good for you and you know what doesn't feel good for you. That really helps in the courage that is required to do shadow work, because you're going to have courage to be able to do this. You're going to go and face aspects of yourself that you banished because you thought that they weren't good enough. You're going to have courage to be able to do that. If your body is telling you, yes, this is scary, but it feels good, you're going to have more ability to keep going with that. Your physical vessel also lets you know when something isn't good for you, when something feels off. You walk into a room and it's full of people and you feel really uncomfortable all of a sudden. You know that some sort of vibe in that room isn't right for you. You know that a job isn't right for you, that an environment isn't right for you, that an exercise isn't right for you. Just because someone with a fit body tells you that if you do this exercise, you're going to look like them, doesn't mean that that exercise is what's right for your body. So you must be connected to your physical vessel to experience what is right for you and what is wrong for you. If you're trying to take on shadow work and you don't have that connection with your physical vessel, how are you going to know when something feels off? Or perhaps that is an aspect that we're going to leave for today. We're not ready to deal with that today. That is an aspect that actually I want to take to a therapist. We need to have that barometer responding to us, that feedback letting us know whether something is right for us or not in this very moment. Another really key component to reconnecting to your physical vessel is that your physical body can very often store your trauma. It can store your pain, and if you go on living your life for a long period of time without dealing with trauma, then you might be well versed with what it is to have chronic pain. There's a book by Bessel van der Kolk, Bessel van der Kolk, and his book is The Body Keeps the Score. It's really eye-opening and I highly recommend it. He explains in that text how trauma is stored in your body and how releasing that trauma can also free you from chronic pain, chronic fatigue, and a life that you really don't actually want to be living that way. Reconnecting with your physical vessel will allow you to hear your internal guiding voice. That internal guiding voice is the voice that says a polite but firm no when you're asked to do something that you know is not right for you and you don't want to do. Or the excited voice that says yes, yes, yes when you're invited into doing something new and exciting and maybe challenging yourself a little bit. If you're not connected with your physical vessel, you're not connected with that voice. So that's why having a good, healthy physical body is so important for you. Does that mean you can't do shadow work if you don't have a healthy body? No. When I started my shadow work journey, I was riddled with chronic health problems. Riddled. It was ghastly. Which is also probably why I'm so obsessed with shadow work, because I live and breathe this stuff. It changed my life. The key takeaways for what you need to do for your groundwork before you start your shadow work journey are that you need to reconnect with your body, and you need to deepen your connection with your internal guiding voice. You need to have a self-resilience toolkit available to you, whatever that might look like for you. Work out the things that make you feel better and help you to feel regulated. When you've become dysregulated, when you've become emotional and charged and you need some help with that. We also need to make sure that we've got a sense of safety, and our mindset is one of curiosity, openness and self-acceptance rather than judgment. Now these things do tend to come actually throughout the shadow work journey, especially the self-acceptance and self-love side of things. I don't think I would have been comfortable saying something like, I love myself, before I started my shadow work journey some, I don't know, 15 years ago. But I am very comfortable saying it now. So, we've looked at why we need those things in place. Shadow work can be quite challenging, and we want to be prepared before we go into it, before we open Pandora's box. No, it's really not that scary. In the next video, we're going to talk about journaling. In particular, shadow work journaling, because that's not the same as regular journaling. It's slightly more organized, slightly more focused on your triggers and your awareness of those triggers and how they come up for you and what they mean and how to follow your triggers. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to taking our shadow work journey even deeper and supporting you and guiding you through the most important journey of your life.